Another trailer review, this time for a movie that I think is probably getting the wrong marketing. Now, here's the thing about movies like this. See, trailers today love to ruin movies, and this is a problem that I can't deal with in Hollywood. Now, Star Wars has done it cleverly. I love Deadpool, that was really cool. Hopefully it doesn't give away all the best one-liners and all that shit from in the movie. But the one thing I think about this trailer is that this is one that I think I should comment on. I am going to do a review on it, but one thing I want to say about it is that it's probably a misleading trailer, one that isn't doing the film justice. Here's a big problem today with marketing horror films. The problem is they market a horror film almost like the same, with the loud noise, like the silence, and then a loud noise every time there's a jump scare. Oh my god! And also, it feels too traditional. There's a lot of problems with horror trailers today. They feel too much more like for traditional horror films. They just feel like, oh, this is another horror film. No. See, here's one for the Babadook. I can't stand this focus. I really do need a new camera. See, one for the Babadook is, while I do like this trailer, it doesn't do the film justice. It focuses more on the horror aspect rather than the more psychological and thematic aspects of it, which are the best parts of the Babadook. While I do like that trailer, I kind of think it kind of sells it. It doesn't exactly do it justice in terms of the elements to it, like the atmosphere or anything like that. It has several problems like that. But there's another problem I also have with this trailer. This is supposed to be marketed as a horror comedy. Now let me tell you what I think of the trailer overall. I think the trailer is a bit misleading. I just don't think it's really the trailer that will do this film justice, because at one point it starts off a bit like a traditional Christmas comedy. It was like crazy shoppers and a family that's torn apart and like a fight. They lost the holiday spirits. The power goes out, and now it comes into a horror setting. Like, it has to be a comedy, then it starts getting to the horror setting with Krampus. See, the thing about that is that it's a cool concept. I'm hoping they do well with it. But the thing is about this trailer, I just feel like it's misleading. It doesn't exactly do the film justice. It's supposed to be, it becomes more all-out horror than like a combination of horror comedy. So, yeah. If there's any positive I can say about this trailer is I feel like they're kind of using some practical effects, which I heavily commend. It's, oh my god, this fucking focus. I need a new camera. This thing is old shit. Sorry. I have a bit of a temper problem, but luckily it's not as bad as sometimes when I've lost my temper. This is kind of like an example of a trailer that's a bit misleading, but one thing is there's some uses of practical effects, and I like that. I like how they're doing some practical effects for some of the creatures, and there was one, the final creature when the clown was opening its mouth at school. There's also this one clown that was clapping. I just thought that was kind of bizarre. It showcased some creepy imagery, but the problem is I feel like there's nothing really backing it up. This trailer doesn't really back it up or really give it much do it justice. It's like, oh, it's part of that. It also does a lot of those jump scares. Those are the positives. Really. There's some kind, and I think there's not a lot of jokes here. I guess there were like one or two jokes, and I probably laughed. Maybe one. Maybe I chuckled, or maybe I got something out of it. But the jokes weren't too funny. Now I don't think they didn't focus on the comedy. So I'm thinking, did they put in comedy in one part and put horror in the other? Do they never merge the two? I mean, whatever. In case you guys don't know about this film, this is written by directed by Michael Dougherty, who you may know. He wrote the story for X-Men Apocalypse, which is coming out soon, which I'm really excited for. We all are. And also, it's written by him, but also Todd Casey and Zach Shields. And I know Michael Dougherty wrote and directed Trick or Treat, an anthology horror film, Halloween, but I did not see that. And I know it's produced by Bryan Singer, but like I said, I didn't see it. I've heard good things about it. Like, Mark Family Flicks actually considers it a must-watch, and it's his #1 film to see on Halloween, which is awesome. But that's unrelated. What I'm trying to do is... Yeah, this is getting on my nerves, this fucking... If there's anything I want to say about this, sorry, my patience is really starting to go down with this fucking camera and this fucking focus. But if there's anything I have to say about the trailer, it is misleading, but there are some aspects to it that kind of make it worth seeing. Now, I like the cast. I do like Adam Scott. I had never really seen Adam Scott a lot. I did see him Black Master this year, and I thought he was good there. Nothing great. He was good. David Koechner, I love Anchorman. I like Anchorman 2. I haven't really seen him in a lot of things, though. which is kind of sad, I guess you can say. But I do kind of, and you know, has Frances McDormand. He doesn't love her. Allison Tolman. Oh yeah. Conchata Ferrell. 2.5 Men. Berta. She kind of almost feels like that character, and that's fine. Also, oh wait, that was not Frances McDormand. That was Toni Collette. I get those two confused. Do any of you ever get them confused? Comment below. I mean, it has like a bit of like a horror setting there with, you know, when you have like, you know, the opposite of St. Nicholas, Krampus, and it has a bit of like a hook there, a jack, like you know, like there's a, I can't, damn it, I don't know, like Jack in the Boxes. It showcases one of them. Also, you see bits of Krampus, like the hood, like those horns on its head, and the goat hind legs. I mean, David, you really saw portions of it, even when they showcased it on top of the house. It could be effective and atmospheric, but I feel like this trailer isn't doing it justice. It does give some credit to some things, but overall, nothing really. And in terms of the comedy, not a lot of it. More focused, I think, on the horror of it. The comedy is very weak. The comedy, I don't know how many jokes are actually going to be in this movie. It's supposed to be a horror comedy, but overall, some jokes were kind of funny, but some just really did not work. I think reviews are the only thing you can say on horror films as well, because horror films are marketed way too much the same. It doesn't do them justice. This is a big problem with Hollywood that I think needs to be fixed now. Not tomorrow, not from a few weeks from now, not a few years. Now. Same with comedy, same with marketing in general, because we've seen some terrible marketing campaigns, without a doubt. Seriously, we've seen so many bad marketing campaigns. And one thing I can say about this trailer is it has some value to it. I mean, the cast, and you have a big cast in there, people who've been successful in comedy, and you kind of have an interesting thing to say around Christmas. Could be a feel-good time, but instead is a bit of a horrifying time, or whatever the hell. It does have a lot of jump scares in there. It's just a very generic. They did it. They just put the trailer. They made the trailer in a very generic way. I'm hoping the film isn't anything like that. I'm hoping it's a lot better with the atmosphere. It's more entertaining. Uses jump scares effectively if they ever use them, which I think they may be using. I can't stand this goddamn focus. It's getting my fucking nerves. But if there's anything I'd like to say is, I mean, I'm not too excited for this movie. I'm not just I like Michael Dougherty's work, like on the script for X2, which is I actually like. Michael Dougherty, I like X2 more than the first one. I think he also did the first X-Men as well. I don't know, comment below. But one thing I do is he's a very talented writer. I like the work he did on the X-Men films, and I'm excited for Apocalypse. I want to catch Trick or Treat sometime. I'm gonna try and find that and watch it. But overall, a little too unsure about this trailer, though I am hopeful considering the cast involved. I really do. Really do. Anyways, guys, my review on the trailer for Krampus. Comment below. What do you think of the trailer? Do you think it's misleading? Are you looking forward to the movie? Are you not? Have you seen Trick or Treat? What do you think about that? I heard they're making a sequel. Are you excited for it? Do you think marketing really needs to be addressed heavily in Hollywood now? Because I think this is just a major problem. Comment below. Subscribe to the channel for more videos.